Hi there. This week I'm going to be talking about the legislative veto and the concept of it. First off, I'm going to define what the presidential veto is, since that seems to be the one most people think about whenever they hear the word veto. So, the presidential veto, under Article 1, Section 7, is defined as the president's ability to refuse to sign legislation passed by Congress, preventing it from becoming a law. He has usually 10 days to sign it or veto a bill, excluding Sundays. So, what is the legislative veto? The legislative veto allows the legislature or a house of it to cancel or override actions taken by an executive branch, meaning the president, or an administrative agency, just like the FDA, without passing a new law. So, Congress delegates an authority to the agency makes a decision, and the Congress gets to cancel that decision by voting. Uh, so how that works is the Congress passes a law giving an agency authority, basically delegates power. The agency issues regulation, which has the power of a statute. The Congress reserves the right to overturn that action by simple resolution. And the resolution doesn't have to go to the president. And that is controversial because people will say it's unconstitutional, because the concept of bicameralism, which means both House and Senate must pass legislation, and presentment, which means the president must sign or veto legislation, which the legislative veto bypasses both those, meaning that it can be deemed as unconstitutional. And I mean, Congress would like that because it would be faster than passing new laws, legislative vetoes. It would maintain control over agencies, and it would avoid presidential vetoes. And what replaced it was hearing oversight hearings, budget control, and new legislation. And that has its pros and cons, but one of the cons is, which we'll learn through the classes, the judges will usually always side with the agency, because if you delegate power to an agency and the agency gets to take that power and make certain regulations and basically laws, then you can't just take that power away. It's not as simple as that. If you only delegate a certain power to an agency, it's not as simple to take it away. That was a little confusing for me at first, because I thought it's not really a branch, it's the Congress. How can the Congress not have power over it? And how can the courts side with them when Congress is the closest thing we have to power that can oversight them? But in reality, once it delegates that power, they have 1/3 power of every other branch, making them have a special sort of power, agencies specifically, making legislative veto kind of impossible to ensue, which really confused me at first, but I really did understand the concept of it at the end. But it doesn't seem to be effective, at least in the way it seems to be not implemented right now, especially with agencies. So yeah, that is the video for this week, and thank you.